Brothers and sisters, what is going on? Happy Valentine's Day. I am proud to say that this time, 1 year ago, I was with a narcopath who intentionally stayed out all night to have sex with another guy that she was triangulating with me so she could come back in the morning. And just to let me know how much I wasn't valued. To destroy my, to create a trauma bond about this holiday so that her birthday and Christmas and New Year's, special times or special moments, that our narcissistic, damn, I keep saying that, the narc exes, those narcissists, those narcissists do this to, establish trauma during a time that comes around every year that people are going to celebrate. You're going to see, you're going to see Valentine's Day pictures everywhere. You're going to see the advertisements, and it's going to reaffirm that trauma, so that you will be stuck in their head, just like people that they hate, you are stuck in their head. And it validates them. It validates their existence, because people with cluster B personality disorders, borderline, toxic people, these people look at strong individuals, people with compassion, loving, caring, qualities, Jesus Christ, I fucking hate bikes, qualities that they don't possess. Truth, goodness, integrity. They hate them. They admire them at first. They admire the strength at first, but then they begin to devalue you because they need to destroy you. They look at others and they see this mirror. They look at people like us, strong individuals, good individuals. We're a mirror to who they actually are. And instead of, as they have been doing since they first denied to go inward, do introspection, heal their inner child, face their shit, they are going to go outward to protect from doing that and focus on someone else, make excuses, live in cognitive dissonance, create whisper networks, smear you with other people who have variations of toxic personality disorders, or those individuals outside of the inner bubble of flying monkeys that are still naive enough, like we once were, to the manipulation tactics of such people. That will believe their lies and then continue to hit their target for devaluation from every side. And the reason for doing that is to keep their target in a state of anxiety, to keep them, to push them down, to destroy them, to push them, hopefully, and I really believe that the final objective of this is to make the person kill themselves, because they need to have a sense of control. They need validation for their lives by destroying someone who possesses qualities they do not have. And being is that these personality types are so full of themselves, so egotistical, so uncaring, unable to do the healing in themselves, that they can't stand seeing anybody else that either shows them who they are through their own projection, shows them how nasty, deep down inside, understanding of how fucked up and evil and just destroyed they are, that they have to consume others. This is not just limited to narcissism, the whole cluster B personality disorder thing, the whole toxic borderline personality disorder thing. When I first started this content, this channel, it was focused on what I had been through. I was healing through my downfall with a narcopath. What was going on before that destruction was there were other people in the YouTube spheres, people that were either YouTubers or were supporters of them, that had created cliques of toxic personalities. We called them whisper networks. What they do is they destroy other people's credibility. They destroy their financial viability. They go after any comic books or channels or anything they're creating because they hate them, because they ain't them. And this has been going on for a while. I had been dealing with this for years, and I didn't understand it because I'm a good person who comes right up the gut, tells you how I feel. My friendship and my loyalty is right there on the table. My love for you is on the table. But I had weaknesses like those of us who have been victims of narcissistic abuse had. A lack of strong borders, borders, because we are so compassionate, we are so loving and giving and forgiving because of some of the things that we ourselves went through in our lives, did not fully heal, or had healed to the point where we were confident in ourselves. We offend others who have not done that work, who live in victimhood. Don't admit that. Don't admit any of the nasty things that they are, but they cover them up with an ignorance and a cognitive dissonance that allows them to project their nasty behavior on other people with strengths they do not have, to eventually consume and destroy them so they have a feeling of control, of validation over their lives, instead of facing that they are just pieces of garbage. What I've learned is that people like that, there's a chance for them to heal. There's always that chance. And always, actually, for any individual going through this, as those of us know, you probably go through and research the same content that I have as I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on in my narcopath's head and how to help to fix them when I was still naive enough to not understand that there comes a point where that individual, if they have not chosen to heal, like those people with NPD out there who have gone to psychotherapy and have done the courageous thing, the brave, courageous thing to heal themselves, to figure out what and then take steps to fix it. There is a point where you either do that or you don't. And if you choose not to do that, then you fully accept that you're demonic. You fully accept that you are an evil person. You fully accept that you are full of shit. You are hiding the fact that you are full of shit, that there is no fucking right validation, no fucking way, no justifiable reason as to why you smear campaign people, destroy people, subvert, create groups. This is the whisper networks are where the person, the borderline or cluster B personality disorder takes people to create a culture of communication among them slowly. Just slow culture of communication. We're planting seeds of doubt and distrust against the target of their devaluation to the point where everyone in that group is comfortable, because it's been going on for so long, trashing or listening to and allowing that subtle manipulation of trashing and devaluing someone to take place. I understand this. I have been watching it unfold around me for the last year, while I was fighting for my life against the narcopath and the flying monkeys and everyone else in the YouTube sphere, that part of my YouTube sphere that has tried to destroy me, come after me, destroy my reputation, and those of others that I have seen, some people that I know. The goal of these garbage human beings is to destroy you, to devalue you, destroy you, and make you fucking off yourself. Now, there's varying degrees of this depending on the type of personality disorder in which you are fighting. But going through and learning everything that I have about, at first to try and help understand the condition of my ex so that I could be there to support properly and facilitate a healing journey for her. But that was never going to happen. That was never going to happen because she's beyond the point of redemption. Accepted the fact that she's evil, accepted the fact that of what she does. I've watched her create the flying monkeys. I've watched her create the whisper network of her own. And I have seen other people with personality disorders who have been doing this for years to me and other people add to, cluster around, be involved in all of this. What has helped me get over this, as I've said before, is you guys doing this content, doing the research, understanding. It has also been the eye-opening experience of knowing my worth, creating boundaries, knowing that some people take utter advantage of your forgiveness. They will stab you and wait for you to forgive them because they know people like me who have had unresolved abandonment issues will want them back in their lives. The flying monkeys around your narc ex, they themselves, sometimes they are ignorant, sometimes they are outside the bubble of people, the flying monkeys who have been created by that borderline personality that also have their own toxic personality disorders, and they create their little echo chamber to reinforce their bullshit. They are evil. Those types, they all fucked up. They know what they're doing. They know what they have a superiority. They're better than everyone else. They're better than everyone else. The very first reason why everyone was better than me in these groups was because I prayed the wrong way, and they'll cluster together. They're better than everybody else. They reinforce one another's toxicity. This group of fucking cowards who sit in back rooms and smear you, but they also go out to look for others who will still believe their bullshit, who still think that they are kind, that don't see the mask that they're wearing. And I can't point any fingers because I've done that. I've been that naive, and help them add to the abuse that you are going through. I watched in the last year as a person with a fucking straight up evil cluster B personality disorder. Don't know if it was narcissism, I'm not exactly sure which one, didn't really put that much time into it, slowly lie to me and stab me tried to steal from me, watched him create a culture in another chat where I am separated from, to slowly condition those mutual friends around us into believing, accepting a culture of trashing me or hearing me being trashed. Put them in a position where they don't want to say anything because this culture created is you can't say anything to Walton because he's over emotional. He can't take it. He's not reasonable. And I'm damn sure that in fact, slowly moving into, he's actually just like me. Don't see what I'm doing. I'm the victim. He's the aggressor. While I watched this go down and I didn't respond as I was learning, because you don't respond to toxic people, and just, it was eye-opening. Gave me the ability to see other people around that were adding to it. That would just, names that would just come out of nowhere and have a little something to say or a little question to ask or whatever the case may be. This has been such an enlightening experience for me. So I want to let you guys know that as well as talking about healing, because I'm still to a point healing from narcissistic abuse, my channel is also going to be talking about other borderline personality issues, toxic people who all operate in the same basic sphere of motives, immature reasoning, and cognitive dissonance as those that abused us. Because it's all relative, man. It's all relative. I also want to talk about how we can protect ourselves from these people, what we need to do as individuals in order to strengthen our defenses against toxic, self-hating, self-loathing people who don't do the work on themselves, have long ago excused their toxic, nasty behavior, destroying others. They have their reasoning for destroying other people's reputations who have never done anything to them, simply because they see a mirror in that person, in that good person, that really confident person. That is one of the basic reasons why we fell for what we did. Those types prey on the compassion of others, the good sense, good nature, loving, caring, identity of those of us who are empathic, those of us who have in touch, mature with our feelings. It's time for us to understand and recognize these people, because I've watched while I was healing from this, others, some very close to me, who I thought were my friends, displaying the same behaviors as not only a borderline personality disorder, toxic person, but also a flying monkey. And so I think that's the natural evolution of this content. There's plenty of channels out there, people who are becoming abuse coaches, and I still plan on becoming one. I want to learn more, but I am now expanding my content because these are things that we really need to know. And my reason behind this is I want to protect you. I want to learn better how to protect myself. And anybody watching this, anybody who's involved in this community, not only in healing from the unfair, completely targeted, malicious, nasty abuse that we went through, that took advantage of our good natures, our hearts, our true love. I want to be able to not only heal and help, but help to protect us. Help to become people who can recognize these types and know how to deal with them accordingly. Because yes, sometimes no contact, absolutely one of the answers. But there are other answers. Because sometimes you can't get away from a narc or a sociopath or a toxic person. Sometimes you have no choice but to take a stand. And I'm at the point where I am, where I'm going to continue on with my content in the other sphere that I'm involved in, because that's just what I've always done. I'm not going to be pushed out by groups of people who have clustered together, toxic people who have clustered together and continually try to destroy me. I'm not going to do that. Now, I'm going to continue to be an example of strength, survival. I'm going to be a thriver, not a victim, a fucking victor. And I'm going to lead the way. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to learn more by helping you, by having y'all help me, by us working together, and by creating content that is going to help people protect themselves. Good people protect themselves from lying, manipulative, demonic, trashy, self-hating, need to destroy others because they need a sense of control to validate their fucking existent toxic shits, who don't understand you be good to each other and just suffer no fools.